Okay, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a string of comments, but focusing on a specific part of it, which I got on politics of the furry fandom. In this video, we're going to try to discuss how to deal with comments such as these. I'm not going to call it necessarily a hate comment, I'm just not sure I'm going to put it as in the title, but we're going to be discussing how to deal with these sorts of comments, and this general line of argumentation. Should I have the comment up on screen now? Quote, they are gay, therefore they are more likely to have a moral politics bottom line. And then he goes on to say, typically those on the left follow more degenerate culture, which does not any reason for existing other than for the purpose of having the freedom to do so. Name a single policy on the left in modern day that actually promotes the next generation. Well, generally speaking, I would say, in my personal opinion, that the left generally has more policies which do support the next generation, and the right has more policies which promote corporations. However, my personal opinion means precisely dick. Hopefully I'm far enough into the video that I won't get in trouble for saying that. Anyway, we're now going to go over this line of argumentation and disassemble it. To start off with, the general crux seems to be that being gay is degenerate and being left is degenerate. So, degenerate. Quote, having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline. So let's look at what the Republicans are doing to try to support the next generation that the left is seemingly stopping. Okay, I believe this is from The Intercept. Quote, the budget, co-signed by more than 170 House Republicans, calls to eliminate CEP from the school lunch program. The CEP, the Republicans note, allows certain schools to provide free school lunches regardless of the individual eligibility of each student. Like we said, degenerate, having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline. To me, that shows that they are trying to remove the physical and moral qualities considered normal and desirable, and they're showing evidence of decline. Child, do you mind? So to me, that shows they are trying to remove the physical and moral qualities considered normal and desirable, and they are in decline because they are removing free lunch for people who, last I checked, generally speaking, as a society we've decided, should not be working, or should not be having a full-time job and should not be expected to support themselves. They're evidently trying to remove a safeguard so those people who we agree should be spending their time becoming educated and not spending their time trying to feed themselves, trying to remove the ability to ensure that they get at least one square meal a day. I'm sorry, but according to this definition of degenerate, that sounds very degenerate to me. But don't worry, we have more. Protections of IVF are generally, most people, almost the entirety of the country would agree are moral. I mean, look at how the IVF issues have been going, and while you can see, majority of people support it, even on the right wing. House Speaker Mike Johnson may have sounded, quote, stupid talking about the matter earlier this month, but he spoke for many in his party as he tried to defend IVF, but refused judgment on whether the destruction of unused embryos in the practice amounted to murder. We support the sanctity of life, of course, and we support IVF and full access to it, he said. Johnson also said there's no need for Congress to act as a matter for the states. But if he supports full access for IVF, why would he be okay with a state banning it? And if it is murder, as many of his colleagues believe, then why would he be okay with it remaining legal? The speaker has resisted such follow-up questions. But don't worry, we have more. And of course, this is already something that has been going on for quite a while, and saying that you are making it harder for people to reproduce. Well, to me, that is not in support of the next generation. But don't worry, we have more. So this is an article regarding whether or not Republicans actually support the next generation. Recently, the governors of 15 states opted out of a new federal program that will provide grocery money for food-insecure families with children over the summer. The states are Alabama, Alaska, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa. You can read the list. So ensuring that families with kids can feed those kids, to me it sounds like you're supporting the next generation. Yet 15 states have opted out. Let's see what these reasons are. Some of these states are not opposed in principle, but are administratively unequipped. At least for now, Alaska is backlogged with food stamp applications, but has summer meal programs in place, and is open to taking the federal money next year. Okay, so saying, hey, we're having shit we're trying to deal with, but we will take it when we are able to deal with it. Sounds reasonable, sounds like they are supporting the next generation. Vermont also has a summer lunch program and is very committed. The federal benefit in 2025 when it gets a user-friendly system up and running, according to the deputy commissioner. Seems reasonable. Hey, we want to feed kids, just we're having issues, we're going to make sure it's ready when we can. Political shit that moves at a glacial pace. Sounds typical. Others offer no excuse. Our Republican Governor Kim Reynolds, for instance, complained that kids are, quote, already too fat. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen and other Republicans stated simply, I do not believe in welfare. So I could get into the science of this, that sometimes being obese is actually a sign of being undernourished, because the human body, when it is undernourished, will try to store as many calories as possible. Therefore, somebody who is underfed becoming fat, kind of an interesting thing that humans do. So to me, that says that, oh, hey, your kids are not being well fed. Continuing on, of the 15 states, 7 have banned abortion entirely. Others have a 6-week ban, a 12-week blank ban and all with limited exceptions. Banned Act in 4 more states are held up in court. Among 15 abortions only legal in, you guessed it, Alaska and Vermont. In fact, Vermont passed the first constitutional amendment protecting reproductive autonomy. Please tell me which side of this argument, the left or the right, is actually in favor of helping the next generation. Please comment down below. I am genuinely saying this. Comment down below which one you think at this point. However, I don't feel as though I've destroyed the argument entirely. Because you may be able to just ignore all this and say, well, they're still gay, therefore they're immoral. Let's go over to fur science. Sexual orientation of sample. The majority of furries are either bisexual or heterosexual, meaning that there is a very real possibility of them reproducing naturally. Now, assuming Republicans don't ban IVF, then the 20% which are lesbian or gay, the lesbians would then be able to still reproduce. And then the homosexuals, well, adoptions are a thing, which Republicans are also trying to get in the way of, but we'll ignore that. Every basis of this argument is unfactual. And congratulations, that is how you completely dismember an argument. Talk to y'all later. Bye.